Hello everyone, welcome to Consciousness 101. Today we're going to talk about the power of nothing. Why is it important for us to talk about the power of nothing? Because once you have understood what no thing means, you will be able to better relate to this nothing, and most importantly, you will love nothing. Nothing is one of the most misunderstood concepts, if we should call it that, in this whole entire world. In my other videos, I have explained what nothing is, but today I want to just go a little bit deeper into that and how it also applies to your practical everyday life. So there are three dimensions which we, to the most part, find ourselves operating in as human beings. And the first dimension is the physical dimension. The second dimension is the mental dimension, the mind dimension. So the mind dimension basically deals with thoughts and feelings. It deals with concepts, ideas. It deals with perceptions, mental perceptions. That's where judgments and all of those, basically, that's the realm of those things. Okay, then we've got the third realm, which is the spirit realm. The spirit realm is the realm of no thing, because in that realm, that's when everything that is physical ceases. That's when everything that is mental or mind stuff ceases. In the realm of no thing, what we basically have is no thing. We call it no thing not because it is nothing, as in it is insignificant, or it is powerless, or it is not alive. You see, the realm of no thing or nothing, if you should still call it that, which is the realm of the spirit, is basically a dimension which is different to that of the mind as well as that of the physical realm. As much as it is an essential aspect to the physical and mental realm or the mind realm, it is highly misunderstood because it is quite different. It is another world, another dimension altogether. And most things that speak to the physical do not necessarily speak to the spiritual. Most things that speak to the mental do not necessarily speak to the spiritual. For example, nothing or nothing to the physical is insignificant because you can't use it. You can't do anything with it. You can't buy it. You can't sell it. You can't eat it. You can't clean with it. You can't cook with it. And it is also insignificant to the mind because you can't put it in a box. You can't conceptualize it. It's not an idea. You cannot put your head around it. So as a result, it is one of the realms that remain very much rejected, if we should call it, if we should describe it that way. It remains rejected and misunderstood and neglected to the most part by us as human beings. But now the thing is this: what we do not understand is that this realm of nothing, which is the realm of the spirit, is the realm of who we are. It is the realm of God, it's the realm of source, it's the realm of life, is the beginning, it's the Alpha and the Omega. That's where all things come from, and that's where all things go to. It is the realm where, when you get there, if we should use words to define this wonderful phenomenon, when you get there, it's not a place where you travel to, it's a place where you awake to. And when you awake to that place, your mind is no longer useful. That's where you don't use your mind to navigate your way around that place. Do you see why the mind does not necessarily care about you getting to that place? Because when you get there, you might not be its best friend anymore the way you are now. Actually, now, not only are you its best friend, but you are actually its slave. And the physical realm, when you get there, it also is rendered insignificant there, because you don't earn that, you don't earn the right to be in that place by virtue of your physical appearance or by virtue of anything physical happening or not happening in your life. It just is. It's a place that is governed by an entirely different rule, an entirely different set of rules than those which you are used to in your 3D world. And to the most part, your 3D world is dominated by the mind and the physical, your 5 senses. But there is another realm which is very essential to your existence, which you are totally oblivious to. And that realm is the one which you need now more than ever to become aware of, because when you become aware of that realm, you become aware of Source, you become aware of God. Most importantly, you become aware of yourself in your true essence, which is Source and God. So basically, in the physical and mental realm, we are compartmentalized, we are divided, we are fractured into individuals, into sects, into nations, into continents. We are basically separated. We are a fractured universe, if you should call it that. Yet in the realm of the spirit, we are one, in the same way as water in an ocean is one. So when you enter into that realm, no longer are you separate from your fellow brothers and sisters, or from your fellow human beings and your fellow co-creations in this world. But when you enter into that realm, you actually begin to realize or to experience oneness. And when you experience oneness, you see how that the things, the concepts and the mental constructs and structures which you hold so dearly are not as significant as they appear to be. So you begin to also realize how that the mind has held you captive by creating sort of reign over you in the form of the ego, and giving you an idea or bringing you to a state where you perceive things, for example, as good or bad. You perceive things as right or wrong. You judge. You put things in boxes. You marginalize. You diminish and expand things based on mental concepts. And that becomes your prison, because when certain things that you perceive to be good occur, you are happy. And when certain things which you perceive to be evil occur, you are unhappy. That's a prison for you. And You are afraid of ever becoming nothing. This is the most important part of this video. You are afraid of being nothing, and your entire life you do your best running away from nothing. You are afraid of becoming nothing. You are afraid of becoming nothing because you have been deceived by your ego, which has convinced you that becoming nothing, you will become insignificant. Of which, yes, to the ego, you will become insignificant because the ego, which is of the mind, will not be able to utilize you. But the thing is this, you are not here to be utilized by the mind or by the physical realm. You are here to experience this physical realm and the mind. You are here to use them and not them using you. So now the ego, in its effort to ensure that you remain in a state of mental of slavery to it, convinces you that if you become nothing, you would be annihilated. But the truth is, if you become nothing, the ego becomes annihilated. That's the death which needs to take place, which the masters, the ascended masters, Jesus and all the others that might have mentioned this concept, said you need to die in order to be born again. Born of the spirit, you need to die. What that means is that your identity, that which you perceive yourself to be, must die. You must take off the old man. The old man is your old identity, which is a construct which you have created pertaining to yourself, which you have formed and fashioned it in accordance with the ego. It is who the ego has told you you are. You may be here in this plane of existence playing a role. You are a child of somebody, a mother, a father, a friend, a sister, a brother, a colleague, a partner, an associate to somebody. That's a role that you are playing in this realm. But that is not essentially who you are. It is a role, a character which you have put on, which you are playing. Therefore, let not your sense of connectedness, of joy, of peace be determined by that role. Your ability or inability to effectively play that role, let that not be that which determines your joy, your peace, your contentment. Let your joy, peace, and contentment come from the truth of who you are. And when you enter or awake to this realm of who you are, dying to the construct which you have created as a result of the ego. When you awake to the truth of who you are, joy, peace, connection, contentment, fulfillment becomes your natural state of being. And no longer are you afraid of being no thing, because when you have become no thing, you have become God. You have tapped into your true power. And this state of power, you are only able to enjoy it and the benefits thereof when you have made full peace with being no thing. That means when egos out there in the world do not recognize who you are, it is of insignificance to you because you have laid aside your own ego. So when life chases after you and tries, or when life takes away, and you put all efforts into ensuring that things are in order in your life. You plan everything to the T, and yet you find that life still takes away stuff from you, takes away your marriage, takes away your finances, takes away your loved ones, takes away your social status. When life does that to you, please realize that this is your death, the death of your ego. Because if you have done all that you can in your power to ensure that these things do not happen, and yet they still happen, this is life itself in its true essence, calling you to awaken. This is life calling you to experience your true self. Life calling you to yourself, calling you to source, calling you to nothing, calling you to no thing. May you embrace the power of no thing today. May you immerse yourself into the depth of the ocean of no thing. This state of being where you do not have an idea about where is the next idea going to come from. How is the next idea going to come? May you find peace in not knowing. Because when you have entered into the state of not knowing, you have entered into the state where your true essence shines. Therefore, when you resist this not knowing, you are resisting your true essence. You are resisting God. You are resisting yourself, pushing away the flow of energy, the flow of God through you, in you, as you. Therefore, push not away the state of not knowing. Push not away the emptiness. Push not away nothing. Embrace it. Be one with it. Know that nothing is not nothing. No thing is not no thing. No thing is God, is life, is source of all things. And in this state of no thingness, where the mind and the physical senses do not dominate, this is the state where miracles happen. Miracles that happen not in the way that your mind or the ego wishes that things should be, but miracles that happen in the way that benefits the whole. May you embrace and be peace, be at peace, be at one with surrendering your will and the will of every single aspect of your being to a greater good. Source knows best, and you are Source. You know deep, deep down in the unmanifested realm of who you are. You know what you are doing as Source. Therefore, surrender. Surrender. Surrender to knowing, a knowing which does not appeal to the mind. Because what do you know? All that you know is no thing. You know nothing. And to know nothing is to know all things. May you embrace this power of nothing. Thank you very much for being with this video. I wish you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience with the power of nothing.